Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thanks so much for taking a little bit of time to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm rocking my Oscar Piastri F1 shirt right now, which is really funny. The day I'm filming this is actually the day that we find out that Lewis Hamilton is going to Ferrari. If you don't watch F1, this is going to not mean anything to you, but you should totally watch F1 because it's super cool. Okay, we are talking about murders at Karlov Manor. Can you tell the vibe in the room? We are excited. This set is awesome. Do you believe in love at first sight? Because I truly do. Those things where it's like, yeah, do you believe at first sight? I do, because I fall in love with every cat I see. I don't fall in love with every magic card I see, but I do fall in love with a lot of magic cards I see, and I've fallen in love with a lot of these. There's some awesome stuff in this set, and I do feel like even though my wish list is kind of small, I feel like the cards in here are so incredibly cool. I'm so excited about them. I do want to give a couple of disclaimers before we jump into this, which makes this sound so serious. I do apologize for not having this video up last week. I think it's one of those things that you probably won't notice, but I usually like to do these set overviews a week before. Our lives have been in true, chaos. It was so funny. My mother-in-law had texted me, and she was with just the words, "Are you guys okay?" And I was just because I think Paul hadn't texted her back, and she was just "Are y'all good over there?" We've had some medical stuff, which has been not fun. We've had a leak in Paul's office, which is our second leak in this house, which has been not enjoyable for him. Because he works from home, so that's a massive part of his day. I have been starting physical therapy for my knee. I've had a lot of knee pain, and so January has just truly felt like kicking me and punching me all over is basically describing this month to you. It has been super rough, and it's just been super busy, and I really wanted to get this up last week, but the thought of filming was so not interesting to me at that moment, it wasn't the video. I'm really excited to film this video, and I'm in a much better space. This week has been a lot better, which has been good. We're figuring out things. Life is truly in fact going on. And also too, I have just recently learned this. Okay, so I asked my friend Koji, I was like, when do spoilers end? Because I have not known this. How long have I been playing Magic for? Over 10 years. I did not know that they stopped spoilers on the Thursday before the week the set comes out. So last week, Thursday, is when spoilers stopped. I had no idea. I thought that it was the week before. I don't even know what I thought. Moral of the story is we're here, we're talking about these cards. The set's great. I love a theme. Clue is super fun. I haven't seen Clue in a really long time, but it's got Tim Curry in it. And can you go wrong with Tim Curry? Would y'all like to know a really fun Tim Curry fact? I'm in a very chatty mood, so I hope that's cool with y'all. Tim Curry voices the Mouse King in the Barbie and the Nutcracker movie, and it is it's how much money did they pay him to voice the Mouse King? It's so hilarious. I absolutely love it. Tim Curry's fabulous. Also, he's in this episode of Monk, which is one of my favorite shows. If you haven't seen that show, I'd really recommend it. It's an older show. It ended many years ago, but anyways, it's a great show. Okay, let's dive into the cards. I am talking about this from a lens of cards I am excited for about EDH. I'm not talking about this in a limited sense. I'm not a limited expert, and I don't want to talk about something that I don't have the confidence to talk about, or I don't have as much knowledge, and I don't want to be giving false information. Also, too, I'm very much a once I play with the cards, then is how I feel I'll get a good gauge, because there are times where cards look unassuming on paper and then you play with them and they are not, or vice versa. I will say too, my hope is to do some sort of pre-release video. I did really want to do that for Wilds of Eldraine. I did do that for Wilds of Eldraine, but it wasn't in the way that I wanted to do it, with me filming, showing y'all the deck. That is the hope. We are going to the pre-release. I'm really excited about this pre-release. We are going on the weekends. We're not going on the Friday, because Friday pre-releases I love in theory, but they end so late. And the only thing I want to be doing past 11 p.m. is being in bed, asleep. So do you ever think about I think about me as a college student being oh my God, I stayed up until 2 a.m. not partying. I was writing my stories. That's what I was doing at 2 a.m. So that was my life. #nerd. Anyways, let's dive in. We are starting Oh my gosh, such a cool card. Okay, so I have a group chat with my good Magic friends, and we just, talk about whatever, mostly Magic cards. Yeah, it's our little hashtag squad. I will never do that again. Sorry, you had to witness that. We're talking about the Pride of Hull Clade. As soon as this card got spoiled, I put this in my group chat and I was like, do I need this in AC? And the answer is, yeah, I need this in AC. It's so fun. Oh my God. So it's funny because I'm not normally actually, I don't know why this is. I feel like I've mentioned this once before, and I think somebody had agreed with me on this. I don't like when cards usually have a disproportionate power and toughness. And to me, like, there's certain cards that I won't run if they have a weird power and toughness because it bothers me. So there's this one fairy that's like a 1/6. I don't know what it's called. It's a black-blue fairy, and I will not run it. Even if a card is like good and it has weird power and toughness, it like turns me off, and I'm like, I'm not running that. So but I will say this 215, it was a little like, what, when I first read it, but I literally don't care, guys. I think this card is ridiculously fun. What's actually really funny, I'm talking about AC, is I just got a comment about somebody wanting an updated deck tech for the deck, and it's funny because it's actually undergone a decent amount of change. They asked me, oh, can you do an updated deck tech for that? And I don't normally film deck techs once a year. I film them every 2 years to give myself time to acquire new cards, new foils, and all that stuff. But AC's actually undergone a decent amount of changes. I'm making it more creature heavy, less control, and I'm making a lot. It's still keeping with the theme of like land, like mass lands. And we'll talk about another card that I am also considering for the deck as well, or I want to put it in the deck. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is so rad. So basically, okay, it's a crocodile elk turtle. Like, I love this. I feel like sometimes wizards just like, it's like they have all the keywords and they just like those, like the little thing, and then they just sort of like throw a dartboard and they're like, these are the words that are going to go together. That's how this card feels. I love it. I'm here for it. So it costs X less for X is the total toughness of creatures you control. I think if I have AC, that's an automatic 6 less. And so that would be math. That would be 5, and that's discounting if I have anything else. So I think that when I would be casting this, it would be at an opportune time where I have stuff. Realistically, could I ever see myself casting this card for 11 mana? I mean, honestly, stranger things have happened. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Anyways, it's got Defender. What is getting through this is what I need to know. I feel like this just needs reach as just like that added bonus. And then for 4, you can until end of turn, target creature you control gains +1/+0, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw cards equal to his toughness and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. I love this. I'm here for this. I think this card is ridiculously fun. About this card is that I like cards that work in multiple situations, and I feel like this card does that. It can be that attacker if I need to help me draw cards, but it can also be that blocker because, again, what's getting through this? This card's awesome. I'm excited for it. This card's so cool. I also got to look at prices. I always love doing that. I love seeing prices of things, so I'll probably do that after this video. Okay. Oh, this card. Y'all, I am so excited about this card. Audience with Trostani. What I really love about this card is it's for a very specific, very niche thing. And the really amazing thing is I fit that niche. Basically, I have my newest project, my Queen Elenil Commander deck, which y'all, I am so hyped to chat with you guys about and do a deck tech on. I think y'all are going to really like it. And the thing that I'm basically doing in that deck is I'm making mass tokens, but I'm not making mass tokens that are the same. I'm not going for like she makes soldiers. I believe it's like a white soldier token. I'm not going for that. I'm going for just like tokens. I don't care what the type is. And so what I love about this is it adds a new element of tokens to that deck. It gives me a 0/1 plant, which I don't have. The second thing it does, I get to draw cards equal to the number of differently named creature tokens you control. I did the math. I counted because, guys, I literally need to order myself tokens. I shouldn't say I'm not a token person. I've shown my tokens off. I have these really cute little Disney princess ones, and then I have these ones that my friend Ruben made for me, which are really cool. It's like I have like a little strawberry shortcake little character. They're adorable. I love them. And the problem is that I'm running into with this deck specifically, not with my other decks, but because like that'll be like, okay, I get like a 1/1 and I know what it is. This will be like, again, I have like 13 different types of tokens. It's 13 different types, I believe. And then I don't know which is which. And so it's being hard to differentiate. So I need to order myself tokens. It's on my list to buy. Probably going to buy them this week, which I'm very excited about. I will list the ones that I'm considering buying. I'm not affiliated. I'm not sponsored, but I found them on Etsy. I love Etsy, and they're really cute. So Audience with Trostani is perfect. It fits it. And then I get to draw cards to the different number of create tokens I control. Now, do I think that I'll have all 13 token types on the field? No, but even drawing like 5 cards off of this or something is super cool, and it gives me that 0/1. So I like this, and I feel like with this, and if I have that Queen Elena token, that's 2 at least. I feel like I could draw some solid cards with it. It's also 3 mana. I like this card a lot. I'm very excited, and the one that I'm showing you the picture of is the one that I want. It's the borderless one, and it is stunning. To be fair, both the arts are stunning, and I think the OG art will also be very pretty in foil, which, I mean, if you know, you know. Okay, we talked about AC a little bit, and I want 2 of this card. I want 1 in AC, and I want 1 in Omnath because it just makes sense. And that is Case of the Locked Hothouse. I also just, like, that's so fun. Like, it's fun. Come on. This reminds me a lot. This set reminds me a little bit of Eldraine, and in the sense of just it feels whimsy and fun. Like, that's the vibe that I feel like I'm getting, and I absolutely love that. So you can play additional land on each of your turns. I mean, point blank, 0, end of story. I love that. To solve, I control 7 or more lands. That feels ridiculously easy, especially considering the fact that I can play an additional land. And then it's got solved. I love these little, like, saga things. They're cases. They remind me of sagas. Sagas are easier to get off, but still, these are fun. And you can look at the top card of your library, and you may play lands and cast creatures and enchantments from the top. This card is awesome. I think this is going to be a pretty solid EDH staple for a lot of people. I really like this card a lot. I have a lot of different things that I can play additional lands for, but this has a little bit of that versatility. The fact that I can play lands off the top, I absolutely love that. I'm so excited for this card. This is a good one. Okay, next card. It's a really, really simple one, but they went this way. So I actually don't, so sometimes I want cards, but I don't necessarily have a plan for them. And I think after like talking about this right now, I think I am going to put this in Queen Elena. And the reason why is because I do need a little bit of card draw in here. And I like that this gets me a basic. It doesn't in the battlefield tap, but I get that clue token, which I like. I need a little bit more card draw. The Audience with Trostani, and this is also going to help. I might also pick up, this is also a common. It's going to be super cheap. The art on this is also stunning. I'm so excited to see the foiling of this. But it gets that clue token, which I like. Again, this is I'm going to get this for, Queen Elena, and then I might end up getting this for, what's it called? For AC or for Omnath. I am going through a little bit of tweaks with those to have a little bit more mana acceleration, or just changing out the mana acceleration a little bit in those. So I definitely want one of these. Will I pick up more? Who knows? Maybe, but yeah. Okay. This card. Ooh, okay, we have Rakdos, Patron of Chaos. Okay, so this is going in Mugus, which is super cool. And as soon as I saw this card, I was like, this is an immediate, like, I'm getting this. It's so fun. What I really also like about it, too, is it's a big body. I feel like I don't have a ton of big bodies in... Hi, Leia. That was rude. The things we do to appease our children, you know. Okay, so yeah, this card's really cool. It's a big body, and I think a lot of the cards that I have in Mugus are like life drain cards, or those like little 1/1s or things like that, the work well with Skull Clamp and things, which are great. I love those, but I like that this is something that's big. It's also got flying, which is really cool. I don't think I have a ton of flyers in Mugus. I haven't played Mugus actually in a really long time. It's definitely my least powerful deck. That doesn't mean that I don't love it and enjoy it. It's super fun. It's just not a deck that I pull out all the time. This is cool. It's, you know, it's big, it's 6/6. At the beginning of my end step, target opponent may sack 2 non-land non-token permanents, and if they don't, you get to draw 2 cards. So it does things that I want, which is either making them sack. I also love that this is non-token, so they can't cop out and just sack their tokens that they don't really care about. And it's non-land, so they can't do that. And then if not, you get to draw 2 cards. I really like this. I'm definitely excited about this. I think this is going to be a good addition to Mugus. So, okay. This is the card that when the set got spoiled and was announced, I was like, I am so excited about this. This is one of the first cards that was announced, and I like this card so much that I'm gonna pick up 2 copies. And you know I like a card when I pick up more than 1 copy, and that is Aurelia, the Lob. Okay, so I want 2 copies of this, and the first copy I'd like to put is in Reen, because it fits the color scheme. It's also a flyer. It's great. It draws cards. It's got haste, flying, vigilance. I love all those things. Whenever any player You, anybody. It's anybody. Attacks with 3 or more creatures, which I am so aggressive in Rain. I'll be doing this myself. I don't need if other people do it, that's cool. But I'm going to get it myself. And then when a player attacks with 5 or more, it deals 3 damage to each of your opponents and you gain 3 life. I love this. I think it is so incredibly cool. The one that I'm showing you is the one that I want for the other deck, which is Marchesa. And so Marchesa is very themed. I just did my deck tech, a little bit ago on this deck, and it's royalty themed, and so the art and the it's just perfect for it. And I was thinking actually for a while that I wanted to put in an angel in the deck to help with kind of like 2 things. One, I don't have a ton of flying in Marchesa. It's the one flaw I would say in the deck. I do have a dragon, and 2, I wanted to put it in there because my thought was help with the flying a little bit. But the other thing was like how my thought is it's mostly humans. Again, I'm very theme in this deck, but I was thinking like, what if there was like an angel like protecting the land? Like that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like that like mythical creature or whatever. I just thought it was really cool. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I needed to have it. I do want 2 of this card. I definitely want this one with the border and whatnot. And then the other one, the pack foil is also really pretty. So yeah, I'm so excited for Aurelia. I think this card's so good. I like it. Okay, next up we have just a fun little thing that I want, which are the new lands, the full art lands. I love these. I think these are stunning. I want these actually for Marchesa. I've talked about my land project where I want my lands in my commander decks to match, and I want them to be like themed. And these lands I think are very detailed. They're very pretty. So I do want the swamps, the plains, and the, I almost said islands, and the mountains. I want them for Marchesa, the full arts in foil, of course. They're really, really pretty. I think that the style of these really fit Marchesa a lot. And, yeah, I'm really excited about them. So, so good. Speaking of lands, I just saw this art, and like I mentioned, I'm trying to get lands to match in my decks. I want this land. I don't know where I'm going to put it. This is the island. It's $279, just in case you're interested. I've been trying to keep better track of what land arts I like, because looking through them, it's just a lot, you know what I mean? And so, like, if somebody has some, I'm trying to pay, like, a little more attention to them. I really like this. This is very, like, Atlantis vibes. It's super pretty. It almost feels more like merfolk, you know? Okay, and last up, I have the new lands, like the new dual land things. I'm trying to gently coax Zelda over here. She's gonna just walk in front of the camera and distract you. She's already distracting me. I really love these. I have been really into fixing up my mana bases in a lot of things, and I love that these are typed. They're, this one's Lush Portico, which is really, really stunning. And then it enters the battlefield tapped, and ETBs you can just surveil 1, which is really cool. And then, yeah, I mean, it's got that Forest Plains type on there. I will say what I'm going to start out with is I want this one. I want that for the, for Queen Alenal. That mana base I'm still working through. So this is going to be a good land, I feel like, to get for me to, you know, to help with that. And the others I want are the ones for Marchesa, because like Elegant Parlor, I think was designed in mind for Marchesa. At least that's how it feels to me. This just is like one of the most Marchesa cards, and like it's a land that I think I've like ever seen. So I'm really excited about these lands. I think they're really cool. And I love the typed lands, and these borderless ones, even like the regular ones, the pack, they're really, really pretty. Like they did a really, really good job. The art on this set is really, really nice. So yeah, I want those. So just those 3 for Marchesa, and then the 1 for Queen Alenal. And you know, mana bases too. Also for me, like I might get another one of the black red one, the Theater one. Raucous Theater, however you say that. I might get that as well for Mugus. I'm working through the mana base in that, and I might be changing out some lands in that too. So like that might be another one that I also get. So yeah, guys, that is it for my wish list, my overview, my thoughts on this, for things I'm interested in. I would really love to know. I would really love to know what cards you're excited about. Are you guys going to the pre-release? Like, are you going on Friday? Are you going, you know, like what's your story? Like what's your plan for the pre-release? Are you going on Friday? Are you going to do midnight? Like what is your your LGS kind of like do, and I really want to know what cards you guys are interested in, because like, man, this set is super fun. And yeah, that's it for this video. I really hope that y'all liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and I'll catch y'all in my next one.